Welcome to Yoga with Kai. Today we're going to do about a 30-minute yoga practice requested by my mother and her nursing friends. They've been doing some yoga when their shifts have been a little bit slower. So this one's for you, Mom. So we're going to do some shoulder release, some of the props that you might need, a tie, a towel, a strap, and yeah, that should be good. If you have blocks, great, utilize blocks. I'm trying to think of other things that you could use, just anything like a box. I'm sure the hospital probably has boxes, Mom. Anyway, so go ahead and gather up your props. Feel free to pause the video, do what you need to, gather them all up, and we will get started. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just start in a comfortable seat. So in our Sukhasana pose, I have my hips elevated up on blocks. You can feel free to do that. Just do what feels the most comfortable to you. From here, I'm gonna move my flesh from my side of my sit bones, okay? That way I can feel them. I'm gonna neutralize my core, my pelvis, make sure that those lower ribs are stacking over top of my hips. From here, go ahead and begin to close the eyes. And begin to match your inhale with your exhale. Maybe inhaling for the count of 4. Exhaling for the count of 4. And do this for about 10 full breaths. As you're going through your breath work here, see if with each exhale you can drop the shoulders down a little bit more. Relax the jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. And just allow yourself to sink in with your breath in your body. Now that we've taken about close to those 10 breaths, you can open your eyes if you'd like, or you can keep them closed. What we're going to do is we're going to take our left hand just above the right elbow, adding gentle weight. Then from here, dropping the left ear towards the left shoulder. Try to release the shoulders down. It's going to open up through the neck. Deep breaths. Maybe take some audible exhales. Slowly release the left hand above that right elbow. Draw the chin towards the chest. If you'd like, you can interlace the hands behind the head, hug the elbows in, and on the next exhale, draw the chin a little closer to your sternum. Deep breaths. Once again, feel free to explore that audible exhale. Allow your body to speak. When you're ready, release the interlaced hands from behind the head. Come back up. You can keep the eyes open or closed once again. We're going to take the right hand just above the left elbow. Add a little bit of weight here. We're going to go into lateral flexion, dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. Now, while we do this, try to keep that chin in alignment with the sternum. Keep that added extra weight. Deep breaths. Feel free to explore that audible exhale. When you're ready, release the hand from the elbow. Drop the chin towards the chest. Feel free to interlace the hands behind the head. Hug the elbows in. Nice deep inhale. On the exhale, maybe allowing that chin to draw closer to your sternum. If you want to maybe find a little bit more activation between the shoulder blades, go ahead and just gently press the back of the head into the hands. About maybe 30% push back into it, not too much. Just enough to go to that first point of sensation. Slowly release the interlace of the hands. Bring the head back up. Awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of hip release as well. So if you have blocks, great. If you don't, that's okay. We're going to go into cow facing pose. So make sure you have your strap nearby. It's not a must, but if you do have something that you can hold, maybe like a jacket, a towel, like I said, anything that you can find, that works too. Maybe a stethoscope, maybe not. That might be a bad idea. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll come onto all fours. I really like this way to get into it because it allows you to stack your knees right on top of each other. So I'm going to take just one block down. So I move the other side just so that way my feet can wrap around it. From here, I'm going to take my right knee forward, left knee directly behind. Notice that my feet are fanning out here. Then I'm going to go ahead and begin to sit back, working towards getting the knees to stack. Now, if they don't stack, totally chill. That's fine. If they're like this, great. Okay. We should feel a little bit of opening along the outer edge of the hips. If you don't, that's okay. All right. So once again, right knee forward, left knee tucked right behind the right. Fan the feet out. Find your strap handy or whatever you're using. Okay, so right knee's on top, left knee's on bottom. Begin to lengthen up through the spine. Make sure both sit bones are down on the block or on the floor or whatever you're on. Just try to find the hips as level as possible. From here, we're going to take the left arm up. Okay, bend the elbow. This strap is just behind my back. From here, right arm's going to come out. I'm going to drop my thumb down. Then reach around, find the strap, take some deep breaths. Maybe the hands can crawl towards each other. Feel free to close the eyes. Once again, try to keep that integrity of the midline of the body, getting those lower ribs to stack right over the hips. If you'd like a little bit more hip release, feel free to take an inhale, and on the exhale, begin to hinge forward a little bit. Keep the spine long. Doesn't take much. And always just go to that first point of sensation. You don't ever want to go to the point of pain. Next inhale, come back up. Release the bottom hand, same way you went into it. Thumb down, roll up, and take the other hand out. Awesome. So a little bit more into the hips, okay? We're gonna stay here in cow facing pose. This time, if you can, we're gonna wean off of the block. If there's no way that you're weaning off the block today, totally fine, stay where you're at. Now, a good indication if you can wean off of the block is if you can get both sit bones to root down on the ground. If you can't, a blanket or a sweater or something under your bum just to keep you up just a little bit and a little bit lower than the block, that's fine too. From here, we're gonna have the right arm forward. Take the left arm underneath, eagle arms, wrapping the hands around. Go ahead and take some deep breaths here. Maybe with the inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, lower them down. We'll do this for 10 breaths. So inhale 9. Inhale 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Go ahead and unwind the arms. All right, we're gonna roll forward onto the knees. Again, reposition your block that you had prior for your booty or whatever it is that you used. Okay, now last time right knee was forward, so now we're gonna have the left knee forward, right knee behind the left. Feet will fan out, then we'll begin to sit back. Okay. Just try to find your sit bones equally rooting down, hips relatively level to the best of your ability. Keep that integration of the midline of the body. We'll take the right arm up this time, up overhead, bend at the elbow. Take the left arm out, take the thumb down towards the floor, and go ahead and find whatever it is that you're using. Deep breaths. Begin to soften the jaw. Breathe all the way up the body and back down. Maybe the fingers inch towards each other, maybe they don't. On the next inhale, lengthen up through the spine. On the exhale, begin to hinge forward at the hips. Keep the spine long. Go to the first point of sensation. Inhale, rise back up, back to the sit bones. Slowly release the bottom hand, back out the same way you came, thumb down, rotate up, take the other hand out. Awesome. Now we're gonna go a little bit deeper into the hips. Go ahead and roll forward, maybe move the block aside, level down just a little bit. You might level down a lot. Working to keep the knees stacking and getting equal weight distribution through the sit bones to the best of your ability. Once again, if the knees don't stack perfectly and you're here, that's totally fine. Okay. Now we're gonna take the left arm forward. Right arm will come underneath. From here, we're gonna go for 10 breaths. Inhale, rising the elbows up. Exhale, releasing the elbows down. Really squeeze the arms together. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. We're at 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Unwind the arms. Go ahead and come forward onto the knees. Resituate your sitting area. We're going to go back to relatively to Sukhasana for a moment. Okay. Now, if you can find a longer strap, great. I just used my short infinity strap for the cow facing, but if you have a longer one, find something a little bit longer. Once again, the sweater and the arms works great. Now, instead of Sukhasana, what we're going to go into is a wide leg position, just to help open up the hips and multitask while we're here. So I'm leveled up on a block, and I'm going to try to find my sit bones rolling down, just not sit bones rolling down, hooking to the edge of the block, getting these hip bones to roll down a little bit more forward. Okay, I'm going to take my strap out, nice and wide. Okay. Take it out as wide as you can, and we're going to go through circumduction, just rotation of the shoulder. Okay, inhale, extend the arms up. Exhale, reach the arms back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale up. Exhale down. Very important to move with your breath. If you don't feel too much and you want a little bit more sensation and opening, then feel free to take your grip a little closer on the strap. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. Inhaling up. Exhaling. Let's do 7 more. Inhale. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Awesome. Return back to center. From here, we're going to see if we can fold over in our wide leg forward fold just a little bit more. And the purpose of the block is to help those hip bones roll forward to get you into an anterior tilt of your pelvis. So go ahead and begin to lean forward. Activate the legs. Keep the spine long. Nice deep inhale. And the exhale will be the green light to go deeper into this yoga posture, or typically any yoga posture. This is how I do it. It's not like set in stone that you have to do it that way, but I find that's what works best for me. It's what I recommend to my students. Some people are different. Keep breathing. See if you can activate the front side of the leg to release the back side. Next inhale, coming up. Go ahead and draw the feet in. Awesome. Now, utilizing the block. Okay, if you don't have a block, find some boxes or something that's relatively the height of the yoga block. And for those nurses that are doing this, just start bringing a yoga block to work. Make sure you maybe wrap it in plastic. I don't know. Okay. All right, so I have it stacked up on level 3. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lean back onto it, and the blocks are going to go about where your bra line would be to help lift through the thoracic spine. Okay. So you might have to shimmy and adjust. Okay, and it's probably not going to be one of those things that feels super, super comfortable, but the more you do it, the more familiar it gets. From here, we'll take the hands, interlace them behind the head, okay, and then hug the elbows in to where they're in the same plane as the knees, hips, and shoulders. Inhale, lengthen up, and on the exhale, begin to roll back onto the block, or the box, or the books, okay? And feel free to rise up, and exhale, release back. Do this with your breath. If you need to adjust, adjust. And on the next exhale, see if you can hang out for a moment on the blocks. You can keep the hands interlaced behind the head to support the cervical spine if that feels best to you. Or if you want to explore opening up, keep the hands interlaced, create a pew-pew, a gun. Extend the arms up overhead and take some breaths. Allow the head to fall back if that feels good. Once again, just do what feels best to your body. Slowly take the hands back behind the head if they're not already there. Hug the elbows in. Inhale, rise up. Find the hands down to the mat. Help assist yourself up. Awesome. Good job. Now a little bit more, okay? We're going to go onto our belly, and we're going to do a little bit of activation between the shoulder blades, getting those rhomboids to be strong and give us some support. Okay. So we're going to come down onto our belly. Now we're going to go into Cobra Pose. So Cobra Pose, actively press your feet into the mat and activate the thighs. Okay, so it's supporting the knee. Hands are going to come to the side. Elbows are going to go back on the inhale. Roll the shoulders back and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Gentle press at the back of the head. Okay, if you're like, okay, I feel this a lot, great, then you can stay here and breathe. Or if you're not feeling a lot of activation between the shoulder blades, go ahead and take the hands off of the mat, put the elbows up towards the ceiling, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and lift up a little bit more. Legs are energized still. And on the exhale, we'll lower down. Inhale, squeeze and rise up. I'll show both variations. few more. And when you're ready, go ahead and take the arms out to a T. Allow the head to rest for a moment here. Now, when I say take the arms out to a T, try to find the shoulder, elbow, and wrist all in a nice straight line on both sides. From here, we're going to go ahead and take the right hand towards the right pec, bend the right knee, and roll back onto the left shoulder. Okay, that right foot can tap the floor. Hand can stay here to support, or if you'd like to explore rolling the shoulder open a little bit more, hand can come behind the back. Deep breaths. When you're ready, go ahead, roll back onto the belly. Take the right arm out. Left hand will come to the left pec. Once again, nice straight line from wrist, elbow to shoulder. Bend the left knee. Roll back onto the right shoulder. Hand can stay close by on the mat. Or if you want to explore rolling that shoulder open, you can take the arm up and place the left hand in the small of the back. Deep breaths. When you're ready, slowly roll back down onto the belly. We're going to come up into Sphinx pose. So, Sphinx pose, forearms are down. From here, we're going to bend the right knee. Okay, and then squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift up through the heart. Go ahead and take this left hand over towards the right elbow, lift the right elbow, place the left hand down. From here, we're going to take the right hand, thumb facing down, find the foot if you can, and kick the foot into the hand to help open up through the shoulder. If you can't find the foot, that's okay. You can just keep that active reach. We'll swap sides, back to Sphinx pose. Plug the elbows in, reach the heart forward, energize the legs. Bend the left knee, contract the left hamstring. Go ahead and take that right hand to where the left elbow would be. And then extend the left arm out, thumb facing down, reach back. Maybe find the foot, maybe you don't. If you do find the foot, kick the foot into the hand, half bow. And when you're ready, go ahead, release. We're going to come down onto our back. Let's take the knees out the width of the mat. Draw the knees in towards each other. Go ahead and wrap the arms around yourself. Give yourself a hug. Feel free to close the eyes. Go ahead and swap up the arms, whatever arm's on top, take it to the bottom, hug again. Slowly release the arms, extend the legs out. Gently tuck the shoulders underneath of you, allow the palms to face up. Let the feet fall open. Feel free to close the eyes. Coming into a mini Shavasana, or a long one, whichever you prefer. Relaxing the jaw, releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Allow yourself this moment just to be present with the breath, the body, the sensations that you're feeling. Slowly begin to just wiggle the toes. Then gently roll the ankles. Going one way, then the other. Begin to bend the knees. Maybe shift the hips side to side. Wiggling the fingers, the wrists, rolling them one way and then the other. Slowly begin to extend the arms up overhead. Reach out through the fingertips. Nice long stretch. If the legs want to extend out, feel free to explore that. And make your way over to your side to a brief recovery pose. Take a moment here just to honor the time that was on your mat, even if it wasn't for a full hour. Some yoga is better than no yoga, so give yourself that credit for taking time to show up. Allow the head to feel heavy. When you're ready, slowly begin to push yourself up to a comfortable seat. Feel free to let the eyes be closed. Take a moment of reverence here. Honoring the connection of the body, mind, and spirit, how they all work together. We'll slowly begin to guide the hands to heart center. It was an honor guiding you through movement. My prayer is that you feel some tension release, you feel peace of mind. And the light in me honors, sees, and feels the light in you. Have a beautiful day, evening, wherever you are, and namaste.